Hello, good evening. I am Sandra Cinema, and as always, I'm here for business. The bulk fuel importers have increased prices of various petroleum products by over 2%. This has been influenced by a continuous increase of crude prices on the global market. But will this result in oil marketing companies increasing prices at the pump? Duncan Amwa is Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, and he joins me via Zoom. Hello, Duncan. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining me this evening. Not an exciting news, but cost of petroleum products up by over 2%. How significant is this, and are we likely to pay more?
Let me say thank you and good evening to your viewers. Indeed, it's not exciting to hear that prices have gone up, especially at the BDC level. The only natural effect is that you and I are going to have to pay more at the pumps simply because international market prices have inched up a bit, and then because of deregulation, we have to brace up, pay more at the pumps. The thing one would ask our system, we have called on authorities to manage petroleum pricing in Ghana, even in the face of deregulation, because you cannot have a situation where prices only go up and continue to want to see some management being done as far as our fuel pricing in Ghana is concerned. Unfortunately, we've left the system to autopilot, and that is also not helping. So, like you said, between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it is likely Ghanaian petroleum stations or oil marketing companies are going to charge you and I a little more because prices have gone up at the importers' point. And what that means is that we'll have to pay for it.
Interesting. You mentioned that we've not managed our situation. I was going to ask you whether you think we've managed our situation when it comes to fuel prices, because they have had prices stable for 20 years plus and no changes. So why is our case different? Sorry.
Indeed, like I indicated, we are not managing. So once we go for a system, we leave the system to run and eventually overrun us. If you look at the GCC, the Gulf Cooperation countries, you would realize that because they also export oil like we do, once it goes up, whatever taxes or whatever bits that the states would have expected, they are able to ease down on those ones and stabilize prices for everybody. We have called for a dual pricing system, which works this way. You are going to
Yes, Duncan. Do I still have
normal pricing, and then again, you are going to have your Petroleum Revenue Management Board that decides what an impact on international market price means to government revenue. Yes, you do have me. I'm still here.
Yes, go ahead.
What we are looking for is a situation where there's some sound management of our petroleum revenues. At the beginning of the fiscal year, government has a projection how much revenue. Now, once international market prices are going up, the expectation is that if it goes up, you are going to realize a lot more on your exports. And so whatever you are getting at, say, $40, if it went to $50, you are going to get $10 variance or more. Would you be in a good position to say, because I'm making $10 or 100 million altogether, I could put some 60 million somewhere by way of some tax reductions for the trotro guys? If you do not have a way to balance the two, then you leave everybody at the mercy of international price factors, the push and pull factors. That is not sustainable in a country such as ours, where incomes are not really high. And we are saying that the government should consider putting together a petroleum revenue management to ease down on taxes once international market prices surge beyond the revenue.
Okay, Duncan. Okay.
Often than not, we've treated these additional revenues as windfalls, and we leave the system to just collapse on everybody.
All right, quite unfortunate, but we have a situation. We have a situation at yes, Duncan. We have a situation at hand currently. Transport fares are up by 15%, and you have been calling for withdrawal of that 15% on transport fares. That has not been done yet. And now we are having to go back to the pumps and pay more. Should the OMCs take care of this cost, or they should just push it to the consumer?
It will be difficult to expect the OMCs to take care of this cost. But one thing about the transport fare increments, we have also collated numbers from the various terminals. And it will surprise you to note that a lot of the terminals are not even doing the 15%. Some are doing 26, some are doing.
Looks like we've lost Duncan again. 26% is quite unfair, but that's how we end the first part of business. But when I come back, the National Security Minister to deploy personnel to guard Ghana Civil Aviation Authority lands after workers protested earlier today over encroachment. Details when I return after 8 p.m.